Tell me if this sounds familiar. Hot prospect comes into the leasing office. They are qualified. You've got an incredible apartment home for them. You meet with them and they end up being like, hey, thanks for your time. I'll think about it. And they never call you again. That is so frustrating. The last thing that we want to do is burn through that opportunity when we're face to face with a hot, qualified prospect looking for an apartment. As leasing consultants, as leasing agents, and as property managers, we just don't know what to say. We don't know the exact questions to ask them that are going to help them work through the process and lead us both down that path to them signing a lease at our community. Hey everybody, I'm Matt Easton, the founder of Leasing University, the #1 leasing agent training platform in the world. Check it out over at leasinguniversity.com. And if you're looking for more tips on how to lease your apartments, for more tips on how to be a more effective, efficient, a happier leasing agent, leasing director, property manager, please consider subscribing to this channel. That's what it's all about. We're here for you. I'm here for you to give you actionable tips. But today I want to give you 5 power questions that you can ask renters when they're in front of you for a face-to-face meeting. A lot of times when somebody shows up for a face-to-face meeting, one of the first mistakes that we make as property managers and leasing agents is we think, you know what, they're coming, or they just walked into the leasing office and this deal's mine. It's closed. I mean, they're here, it's my deal to lose. And that's not the case. And what ends up happening when we get overconfident like that is we end up just giving them data. We end up becoming product pushers or property pushers or unit pushers, whatever you want to call it. We end up just talking about the features of our property. We end up just talking about the amenities, and we just give them data, and we literally bombard them with data. Not only does that not help us get the lease, but in a lot of times it actually jams that prospect up with too much information to where they're then afraid to make a decision, and they literally feel like they've got to go home and think about it because you've just hammered them with so much information. So let's get into 5 questions that are going to help streamline your process, that are going to help focus that prospect, and it's going to help you better understand their needs so that you can be more of a problem solver than a property pusher or a product pusher or a unit pusher. Let's talk about these 5 questions. The first one that I love is, and this is a great question if they didn't call in. Let's say they call in, you've used the leasinguniversity.com phone training system, you've handled them, you've uncovered their needs and all that. Sometimes people are just going to walk into the leasing office and you've never had a conversation with them before. One of the first questions that I like to ask in those scenarios is, what motivated you to visit our community today? Hi, what motivated you to visit our community today? How this question is so powerful is it gets right down to business. It sets an agenda. It sets a tone. They perceived you as a professional that's ready to help. And more importantly, they're then going to start giving you actionable information. So when you ask, what motivated you to visit the community today? I need you to not say anything else. Just be quiet. Typically, what I found over the years is when a leasing agent or leasing consultant asks this question, it is not unreasonable to expect that prospect to talk from anywhere from 2 to 3 to even up to 5 minutes about what's important to them. Well, I'm so glad you asked. I looked at the property online. I really liked the photos that you had of the pool. I'm really into swimming pools. You actually are right down the street from my office. My friend Teddy lives here. He loves it. Just let them talk. Resist all the urge to interrupt them. Never interrupt them. So ask them, what motivated you to visit the community today? Keep a smile on your face and let them talk. And make sure that you're taking notes and writing things down, because these are the hot points that you're now going to need to address in the tour and focus on in order to go through all of the things that they might have an objection on, go through all of their needs, their wants. What motivated you to visit the community today? It's a great question. The next question that I love to ask, and this one works really well in tandem if you've had the phone training and you've had that call with them, but just as a refresher, after you've done your leasing agent recap that we talked about, a great question to ask them is, hey, just so that I am making the best use of your time, exactly what is the most important thing that we need to accomplish during your visit here on the community today? Tim, what exactly what is the most important thing that we need to accomplish together while you're here on property today? By asking them, it's a very, very, very powerful question. It's outcome driven. It is goal oriented. It is going to get them to be like, yes, I'm going to have all of my needs accomplished, my needs met today. And they're going to let you know, well, you know what, I'm pretty close to making a decision. I've really got to go and check out the size of the bedroom first because I'm concerned about my furniture, so I'd like it if we could measure that. I need to make sure that we measure the bedroom before I leave today. Exactly what is the most important thing that we need to accomplish during your visit today? It is lethal. It is a great, great question, and it is going to set you apart from your competitors. Another one that's great, and oftentimes leasing consultants and property managers don't have the courage to ask this, but where are you living today and what is your ideal scene? Hey Tim, where are you living? Remind me again, where are you living today and hey, what is your ideal scene? If you had to pick a perfect scene, what does that look like to you? This is a dynamite question. It's collaborative. It shows that their needs are paramount to your amenities, to your features. You want to know a little bit about what their current situation is right now and what their ideal state is so that you can get them there. Along those same lines with where are you living right now is what seems to be the problem with your current apartment and how long have you had that problem? Hey Monica, what seems to be I know you said that you're living over at Cedars Row. What seems to be the problem with your current apartment and how long have you had that problem? And you can even break that up into two questions. What seems to be the problem with your current apartment? Let them talk a little bit. How long have you had that problem? Oh, tell me about it. The noise. I hate the noise there. I can't stand it. I'm on the ground floor and it's like King Kong lives above me. I can't, oh my God, how long have you been having to deal with it? Oh, I've been there for 3 years and it's been, I haven't had a good night's sleep in 3 years. Wow, I just uncovered exactly what her most important need is. I probably want to look at putting her on a higher floor so she doesn't have King Kong living above her. And what else? She said she's had that problem for 3 years. We've got a loyal resident here. I want to bring her to my community so she can live here for the next 3, 5, maybe even 10 years. Wouldn't that be great? And the last question that I love to ask, I love this one so much. It really, really focuses on them. And it is, if during the tour you found the perfect home and the ideal scene, tell me a little bit about what exactly that would look like. We're getting ready to go on the tour. If while we're on this tour, you find the perfect home for you and the ideal scene, tell me a little bit, Monica, about what that looks like for you. They're going to open up and they're going to tell you exactly what is important to them, exactly what their needs are. Not what the last person's needs were, not what the brochure says, not what the website says. She's going to focus in, what's ideal to me is I just love I've got one of those little teacup Yorkies, Benji. Benji's my dog. I love Benji. I want to be able to have a place where I can walk Benji. And I would love a kitchen that's just open and where my friends could come over and I could talk to my friends while I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking up some stuff, whatever it is. If you don't ask them that question, they're never going to tell you what's important to them. Why guess? That's where we get into that problem with just giving them data. Oh, here's this and here's that. Now you know. Here's a place where you can walk Benji. And as we walk, I'm going to show you a very specific home here. As we walk in, we're going to turn to the right. You're going to see these amazing, amazing quartz countertops and these brand new stainless appliances. And the best part about it is perfect view. Perfect view. Whether your guests are on the patio or in the living room, you're going to be able to talk to them. Benji's going to be running around. It's going to be phenomenal. That is a great, great question to ask. So I want you to try these 5 questions out the next time that you've got folks there on property. I encourage you, if you're looking for more tips, please subscribe to the channel. And again, if you're looking for formal training that's going to help you double your leases in 60 days, I'm not talking just a little bit more leases. If you want the system, if you want to be able to close people in less time with less effort than you ever thought possible, consider checking out leasinguniversity.com. It's the #1 training platform for leasing agents in the world. We would love to have you on there. Our unlimited membership will give you access to all the information, and you will be closing leases like a pro in no time at all. Until the next video, I'm Matt Easton. Be great and get those leases. The way people rent apartments has changed. Today's renter has access to more information. Today's renter has more choices. The apartment industry needs you. Studies have shown that moving is the most stressful life event. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of leasing apartments in a way that's meaningful to you and your renters and get you 7 times more leases. I'll show you how the perfect leasing process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from answering the phone to closing the lease. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs so that you can build value in your apartments. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your renter so it's easy for them to rent with you. I've taught the best property management companies and thousands of people just like you how to lease apartments. Property management is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be #1. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense, even if you've never worked in sales or property management before. And for the advanced property manager, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Leasing University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective. We're gonna help you become a rock star in property management. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Leasing University.